disappointing loss. Probably buries our tournament chances, which we kind of knew, barring us winning the SEC tournament, we're probably not going to be playing in it. So, thought we needed a lot better effort than what we gave. I'm frustrated as a guy that's responsible for this whole program. I obviously didn't do a good enough job getting these guys ready to play because we didn't give an effort maybe to win tonight. But gotta give Vanderbilt a lot of credit. I mean, they've basically been playing without any NCAA tournament hopes for a while. They're just playing to get better, playing for pride, their character, and they came out ready to play. So, give Coach Stackhouse. I said it for a while watching them. Like, he's had them in games. I mean, we're up 7, I believe, at the half at Kentucky, up double digits against Kentucky at home. Beat LSU. I mean, they're more than capable. Obviously, Saban Lee's a good player. So, tried to warn our guys. We've shown these tendencies before here. And when you look at the Texas A&M game, I didn't think our effort was great there. Until we play as hard as, we talk about max effort here, we didn't give it tonight, so I'm really disappointed. This is not the first time we've done this though. Like, we're good enough to, we lost to Kentucky, but you look at the other top teams in this league, we beat LSU, we beat Auburn, we go to overtime at Auburn, up 21 at Florida, end up lose. Outside of Kentucky, those are supposed to be the next Mississippi State's up above us in the rankings, beat them. We're capable of beating teams, and then we're capable of losing to Vanderbilt, who's worse. That's, to me, consistency, effort, and we got to get changed. So, effort and all that stuff falls on the head coach, and I got to change the culture here, and we're working on it, and it's obviously not changed enough. So, I'm as disappointed as fans are. I know they're super disappointed. Not going to sleep all night. And hopefully, we got a lot of players that are just disappointed as we are, and they make some changes, but we gotta get changed.
Start by taking a couple questions for Beetle first. Start with Alex here, right in the middle.
Beetle, can you just kind of speak to, coming out senior night, and I think you made 4 of your first 5 from 3. Just how are you feeling early on this night?
Just like Coach said, for these games, you gotta come and bring max effort. That's all I always think about, to be honest. Just going out there, giving it my all, leaving it out there on the floor. And Coach preached to us all the time how if you worry about that aspect of the game, then most likely it'll roll for you on the offensive end. So that's kind of what happened.
Far left, Tony.
Beetle, as a senior on this team and a leader, how do you assess y'all's effort and on the night?
Just like Coach said, we didn't all come together as a collective group to bring max effort, to play hard. We had spurts throughout the game. It showed when we played hard. We would jump out on top of them, cut the lead, and the times we didn't play hard, it showed when they got rolling on offense as well.
Last question for Beetle right here on the left.
Beetle, what do you think happened to let Saban Lee get into such a great rhythm? I mean, he had 38 on you guys and really kind of at times took the game over. And I know you guys were trying to do some different things defensively, but what was the key? What allowed him to have the game he had tonight?
Most of his buckets came late shot clock, and we call those butter situations where we got to press up into him. I think we lacked that part, the butter situation. Just pressing up to him, making it hard for him, and he came up at the end, just dipped us at the top for some daggers.
All right, thanks, Beetle. Pretty good. Appreciate it. So I take questions for Coach at the Oats at this time. We'll start in the back left with Cecil.
Coach, I guess this is 2-part. First, just looking at the stats, you don't really see anything defensively that was particularly good.
No, it's
2-point
terrible.
percentage, 3-point percentage. Any structural reason for that, or is it just energy?
I mean, like, to shoot 54% from 3, 56% from the field, and this is a team that went 0 for 25 at one point, but they're also more than capable of making them. We'll try to tell our guys that. They went small a lot. DSU played, they only have really one center. You look, Beetle played 14 minutes. So they're playing with, these two never really post up. When he does, they don't really even throw it to him. I think they did the one time they threw it to him so that he could pass it out. Got the travel call on him. They're playing with 5 guards out there. You look at our depth. We're part of the reason we went small. We started Beetle senior night, but it also made sense because they're small. So we're essentially playing with 8-man rotation. 4 of the 8 are centers. When they spread the floor like this, and we've kind of had the same thing with us on offense when teams want to play big. We're spraying the ball around and making shots. It's hard to guard us. Well, it's really hard to guard. We thought some of our bigs could do a better job maybe switching some stuff. That didn't go very well. We tried to kind of come at them hard in ball screens, get out of their hands. Sometimes it's just preparation going in. We kind of had option A, B, C, and none of them worked tonight. So some of it was effort, some of it was us not having a great rotation with smalls. Some of it was, say you look at saving lead. Herb Jones is our best defender to put on saving lead. Well, Herb got in foul trouble. We kept talking when we put him on saving to shut him down. It's a little bit hard when he's got the 4 fouls. I think he ends up fouling out of the game, late, but just hard with Herb being in foul trouble, shut him down.
And then offensively, when you only have 3 guys that are scoring, any scoring at all.
Really hard.
How do you-
All 3 of them are smaller guards. Carr's got a decent size for a point guard, but Carr, Shaq, and Shaq went scoreless in the first half, and he comes alive in the second. Shaq and Beetle kind of flipped roles. Beetle had a few in the second, but Carr really the only consistent scorer throughout the course of the game. Like, you gotta get, and they were small, but just couldn't make them pay. We didn't score all offensive putbacks. We had a few. We gotta get more production. We gotta figure out ways to get more production. That's, you gotta keep Herb on the floor, but Herb playing with one hand is, tough. Obviously, he goes 1 for 4 at the free throw line, doesn't even get a field goal attempt without, but he plays over 30 minutes. Obviously Reese wasn't his best shooting night, but sometimes you're gonna have off shooting nights. We gotta get just some guys that can score in the paint a little bit and some of that stuff. So some of that's on us, some of that we got some injuries we've had. We just gotta do a better job of it.
Right here in the middle, Alex.
You mentioned disappointment, but there's been quite a few home games like this where Indiana and Arkansas and Tennessee just. Can you put your thumb on why there are some of these lulls with energy and stuff like that? Where's some of this coming from?
It's a great question. I addressed those 4 games with the team after the game. If I had an answer, I'd try to fix it. I don't know, man. To me, those are 4 games that we should have won all of them. If you bring the effort needed, the focus needed. Again, I gotta look at what I'm doing with these guys. Like, why are they not coming prepared to play? Why is their effort not winning effort? Because it wasn't those 4 games. I think you're dead on. Obviously the Arkansas Tennessee one we don't have Herb, and this one we don't have Petty, but that A&M one's the really disappointing one. As is this one. Obviously this is Vanderbilt's only road one in the SEC, but you look around and you just gotta build a culture here where that stuff's unacceptable, and we don't have it there yet. So we gotta keep working. Gotta have more individual meetings. Gotta talk about leadership. Gotta teach the guys what kind of effort they need to give. And this needs to become unacceptable in this program. And until I get it there, I'm not gonna be happy. So we got a lot of work to do.
Back row, Mike.
We saw Petty shooting a little bit in warm-ups. He was on the bench in uniform. Just how close was he to playing this game?
You know what? Yesterday he couldn't really even shoot it from 3. Today he was able to get some up a little deeper, so his strength's coming back quicker than maybe, coming along fairly quickly. He's not strong enough to get out there, take a fall, and protect himself. So it wouldn't have been wise, it wouldn't have been best for him and his future to try to put him out there today. We definitely want to look out for the players' best interests before trying to put a guy out before they're ready just for the team. You know, I would say decent shot he plays in Missouri. If he doesn't play there, I'm pretty sure he'll be playing in the SEC tournament, but he's got to be strong. He's got to be strong enough so if he takes a fall, you know, or he gets hit, you know, goes to get hyperextended again, he can protect himself to where it doesn't put him out for the whole season or doesn't seriously injure it. So that's where we're at with him.
We have 3 more questions left. Let's start with Tony on the far left.
Coach, you mentioned that effort. Is there changes that have to be made from the end of the season in terms of just how you approach maybe the lineup or anything like that in order to kind of prevent the team from imploding now that you put the
Talking about from now until the end of the season?
Yeah, just
probably. I just don't know what they are. I mean, we got guys out there making effort mistakes, we call them, or defensive mistakes, and we look to the bench and just don't have very good options right now. I mean, that's what happens when you got so many injuries. And, I mean, look over there, you got Cornelius not eligible, Rojas is out, Juan's out, Petty can't play. Numbers are limited. You got 4 centers in the rotation with Herb's broken wrists. So all of a sudden you're playing a team playing 5 perimeter players the majority of the game, and you've only got 4 perimeter players you're playing, period. So no matter what you do, you've got a center guard and a perimeter player. You know, if one of the perimeter players screws up, what do you put 2 centers in now? I mean, it's tough. Like, just, we've kind of had that a little bit all year, to be honest with you. The hardest playing teams I've ever coached have enough depth sitting over there that if they don't bring it, you've got somebody coming in. Well, every time I look over at the bench, I don't have an answer. So we gotta get more depth here moving forward. I don't know if you can change a whole lot of that between now and the end of the season, to be honest with you. Obviously, Missouri doesn't play 5 perimeter players, so hopefully we can get better matchups out there on the floor against them. With the way we are, obviously it would have helped having Petty because he's another perimeter player in the rotation, but right now, I don't know. I mean, you're probably right. There's probably changes need to be made. I just don't know what they are.
Drew. Coach, I wanted to ask about Alex Reese, and he seems to be in a shooting slump as a coach. How do you get him going again? Because you guys need the offense because, as you said, tonight it was just 3 guys.
Yeah, we really need him to start playing better for us on offense. I agree. Shooting's one of those things that you gotta have a lot of confidence. The best way I know to get out of a shooting slump is to get your butt in the gym and shoot. See the ball go through thousands of times so that you know when you release it, it's going through the net. You know, we're not gonna force him to stay in here. You know, we're limited our hours. He's gotta know his legs, but you know, it's my 23rd year coaching basketball. It's not the first player to have a slump. Matter of fact, I talked to kid Jeremy Harris, went through some bad slumps at Buffalo. Kid shot more shots than anybody I know. And I remember one game, I knew he'd been in the gym a lot, so he started the game 0 for 6. He passed an open one up. Next time out, I told him if he ever passed an open one up again, I was pulling him out of the game, shoot him. He gets the next one. You got to get in the gym and work so you get some confidence, and then when you get in the games, you shoot them when they're open. I mean, you can't pass up open shots. You're not going to get out of a slump passing them open ones. You know, he shot 9 tonight, so he's shooting them. I hope he's in the gym working like he needs to be. I mean, we're encouraging him to, but I don't know how you. Obviously, with him, it would help if he got some layups. He took 9 shots and they were all 3s. You know, can you get him a board? Can you get you rolling into the post when they switch a ball screen? Can we some of that? Some of that schematic-wise, you have to play Herb so many minutes. When Herb's out, you have another center in. When you post Reese, they're obviously helping off another center. It screws up your spacing a little bit. If you had Petty in there and you can put 4 perimeters and kind of play Petty at the 4 a little bit, you can go ahead and post him if they're going to switch. And it's just hard to do that tonight with the way our rotation works right now.
Our last questions here, Jack, and then finish the season.
Seems like ball screen defense has been a huge problem with y'all for the last 3 losses. Very dull pretty much the last 3 games. Is that a communication issue? Or?
Yeah, some. There's multiple issues with it, and you're dead on. So, accurate observation. We've tried different things. the best way to guard a ball screen is to switch it. You don't give up a roll, you don't give up a three, or to switch it, you gotta have guys that, you gotta have athletic bigs that can stay in front of the guard, and you gotta have big, strong guards that can keep the ball out post. We don't have either of those, to be honest with you, at times, that are involved in the ball screen, so we've gone to other areas. Ball's been getting downhill, getting past our bigs, and we kind of drop off a little bit. Today, I mean, if you look at how all really good defensive teams guard with shooters over the floor like they had, that most will switch it. Or, you know, you may hard show and get back to a big that's popping. You tried all of it tonight. None of it was great, to be honest with you. Some of it's personnel based on all the injuries we've had, and just we gotta get, you know, we gotta figure it out as coaches with what we've got, and we didn't do a good enough job figuring it out tonight. But you're 100% right. It's been a major problem. It was a major problem tonight. When you look at saving lead, a couple threes you hit there late in the game. I mean, we tried to switch, tell bigs to get up into the balls, you know, and force them to drive. I mean, at least give you a little help. Didn't happen. He kind of got the switch. Bigs backed up. He hit a couple threes. Shoot. By the time he hit those last two, he was 4 or 5 at that point. He ends the game 6 or 7. Like, it's not good defense. We got to do a better job coaching our guys on how to guard ball screens better, and we're gonna have to try to do it here this next week going to Missouri.
Last question, Cece.
No.
Coach, obviously you want to win this time. You've got 2 games guaranteed left in the season, maybe more depending on what happens in Nashville. Are you looking, in those 2 games, are you looking more at effort than anything else?
100%. I mean, like, if we had lost tonight because we just couldn't make a shot, you know, Reese goes 1 for 9. Okay, so, but we go 12 of 36, 33% from 3 is good enough to win if you give an effort on defense. Like, yeah, that's really all I'm going to care about for the next two games is who gives us an effort that demands a win. If we lose because we can't make an open 3, or we just can't convert, or they hit a bunch of tough threes, you go home and you live with it. It's sports. Sometimes you get outplayed. But when the other team plays harder than you, that's when I can't sleep at night. And that's where I didn't do a good enough job getting these guys to give us a max effort tonight. They didn't give us a max effort for 40 minutes. Some guys gave it for times, you know. I thought Beetle really went out with a bang his senior year. I had some other guys that gave us, you know, effort at times. You know, we're relying on some of these guys to play heavy minutes. I mean, look at Kyra, everybody played over 39 minutes. I got him less than a minute break. I mean, it's hard on him, but he kind of don't have any options. Like, yeah, he's got to play. So, you know, I thought Kyra gave us pretty good effort most of the time. To do it for 39 minutes is hard, but we're going to have to get everybody on the team that's in the games to give us everything they have for these next, whatever it is, 2, 3, 4, how many games we can squeeze. And you're really going to find out the character of some of these guys on this team. Do you want to keep playing? Do you love basketball that much? Does it mean enough to you to give us your best effort every time you step on the floor? Are you coachable? That's what we're looking for these next. Are you going to give us your best effort? Are you going to be coachable? Are you engaged? Does this mean enough to you? Do you love basketball enough that no matter what the prognosis is to play in the NCAA tournament, how much are you going to bring it every night out? That's exactly what we're going to be looking for these last few games of the season.
Thank you, Coach.